Welcome to Inspired by Dreams with Diana. Hey guys, here I am, back in Toronto, back from my little trip from my motherland, Sri Lanka. And I had an amazing trip. And if you want to know the cool things that I did while I was in Sri Lanka, check out my YouTube channel, which will be right below. Having said that guys, so here I am again with an interesting video. இந்த நபரை பற்றி கூற போனால் இவர் ஒரு வித்தியாசமான முயற்சியில் ஈடுபட்டு வருகின்றார். அதாவது சாதாரண எல்லோரும் ஒரு ஒரு வகையான விதத்தில் ஏதாவது ஒரு செயல்பாடுகளில் ஈடுபட்டு பிரபலியமாகி கொண்டு வருவார்கள். இந்த நபரை பற்றி கூறப்போனால் இவர் ஒரு வித்தியாசமான புது முயற்சியில் இறங்கி கொண்டிருக்கின்றார். அது என்னவென்று அவரிடம் கேட்டு தெரிந்து கொள்வோம். Alright guys, introducing Sultan Akif to you guys, a very interesting person. And Sultan, thank you very much for your time today.
It's an honor.
Thank you so much. And first of all, before I start with any questions, I would like you to introduce yourself to all of us so we know who you are, and then we can go ahead with our questions.
Wow. Well, my name is Sultan Akif, and before I talk about any of the organizations or accomplishments I learned, I run, I would just start by saying I'm just a guy that realized that we only have so much time on this world, and we have a responsibility towards others, and we have a responsibility towards ourselves to spend it in the best way we can. I run two organizations, both centered on youth empowerment. One is the largest event in Canada to help young Canadians get jobs, get empowerment opportunities, get entrepreneurship grants. And my baby, aside from my two biological ones, is to build 100 libraries around the world. We built 24 in 8 countries so far with our own hands. And I just want to spend my time doing what I love, which is to do something that will last well after I'm gone. So it's a bit of an unconventional introduction.
This is really interesting because I come across a lot of people that inspires me a lot, and others as well. But this is really interesting that you have jumped into a place where, like, kind of like building libraries. Not everybody would come up with this thought, you know. This is something really interesting. How did you come up with this thought, like building libraries apart from everything else?
Wow, great question. You know what? I would like to express this and say I had a grand plan and I was going to do all that, but the reality is I quit my job after I saw kids asking for water on the side of a street, and as I was heading to the Sahara Desert, and I said, you know what? I need to soul search, and I need to ask myself the question, what can I do to help? And I can't settle for the answer, wow, there's global poverty, there's a lot of that. Yeah, those global trends are there, but I have a set of time every day that I choose to spend on doing something that matters or not. So I quit my job.
You actually quit your job to do this?
Wow. I was an executive, I was working in a global role in Microsoft for, you know, my career was 17 years, and I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I have no ill feelings towards it, but it was just time to do something that I wake up every day and I feel it in my soul. And to answer your question, my friend, I was going to go up to Mount Everest, and I was going to do a solo track for 30 days to write my book. Physically push myself and mentally push myself, and I saw kids playing soccer with water bottles because they didn't have a ball. And I went to them and I said, what can I do to help? They said, we don't have a place to sit, we don't have books in color. And I had a flashback, because the reality of this purpose is I was once a child who could not afford a single book, and I forgot him in my journey of corporate success. And every time I'm in the space of other children, it reminds me that what we are doing is so much bigger than any physical space we are creating, because we are sending to them that they too can rise to success.
Wow. How many of you can do something that he's doing? He's doing because he did not have the opportunity to study, to read. Is that what you said? Like you didn't have...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, my story was I family fell on hard times. I had to drop out of school, and books saved me. I did my high school privately just by looking at books, and I'm dating myself now. This is like pre-internet, this is pre-Google, this is pre-YouTube, this is like a book. And I got into a good university, but life was really tough. I survived on less than $20 a month, and I would cycle hour and a half just to make ends meet. And in the middle was a little bookshop, and it was like a little spaceship for me. I mean, we're in a library right now. Like, people say, "Oh, libraries, this library." I mean, walk around and you see people are not here. They're transported. They're opening in their books. The picture books are taking them into places that they dream of going, or knowledge that they seek to learn. So we're actually in the space industry. We're building spaceships in remote parts of the world where people can take that spaceship and go wherever they need to go.
This is very interesting. Tell us a little bit about your first library that you built. Where did you build your first library, and how was it, or what was the experience about it?
It was a powerful experience. Our first library is in Nepal. You can actually see the footage on libraryinaweek.com as it happened. So every library build, we produce like a 5-minute clip from the start to the end. And it was phenomenal because it wasn't planned. And I literally jumped in. I said, okay, didn't come here to build a library, but can we do it? And I'll tell you what, when you trust people, and you do it in a way that's genuine, people surprise you on how powerful they are. So these libraries are built by local people. I don't fly in to save the day. I don't come in as that big donor and take, I choose projects where I'm no longer needed after the project is done. And they continue to flourish well after I'm gone. So the library, the first one we built, I went back to it a couple of months back, and it had grown by like 5 times by the love of local change makers.
So how do you get funds to start this off? Do you have supporters, or how did you start building this? Like, you just went out of nowhere?
Pretty much. You know what? In a lot of ways, we are disrupting how social development happens. We're not a big NGO, we don't have any grants. We have done this either being self-funded through the other businesses that I'm trying to set up, or by a small number of sponsorships that we have raised. But a large portion of it, I publicly speak, I have a book, and everything I make, it goes towards my libraries.
Okay.
And my challenge to every change maker out there is, are you really putting yourself on the line for your cause? And if you're not, then why not? And when we hide underneath these umbrellas of grants and all of that, nothing wrong with that, but they help sustainability and things like that. But I mean, let's focus on our purpose, and let's figure out paths of least resistance to get the maximum impact. I'm proud of the fact that we've built 20 libraries just in last year.
20 just in last year.
So it's been a journey. It's been a beautiful journey, and I have to say this, that I am so blessed because we have hundreds of people that have joined hands from all over the world.
Wow.
Local change makers that step forward and say, you know what, I care about my community, and I'm going to work with you shoulder to shoulder. And St. John's Ambulance has gone out and filled an ambulance full of books. So we stretch every single dollar because it's ours.
Oh wow.
And we don't go into like fancy bookshops and purchase books and package them. I mean, we do book drives, we do everything we can to minimize the cost of our bills and maximize the impact and the art and the love, including building 2 libraries that I'm very proud of right here in Canada in First Nation reserves.
Perfect, amazing. So today I'm so glad that I met you, and thank you for being in this video. Okay, having said all this, what are your plans for this new year? Do you have anything in mind and anything interesting?
A lot. We are always thinking about projects we can do, and we just came back having built a library in the Caribbean. I am heading out tonight again to South Asia at 2 a.m. I take the 15-hour flight, and my friend, but probably, so we plan to build anywhere from 10 to 20 libraries again in 2019. It's always just finding resources to keep doing it. But I'll tell you a big decision I've made this year. I have decided to, I've been honored to go to 75 countries of the world, but one region that I haven't yet explored as much is Sub-Saharan Africa. So we are going to push the boundaries of really this project, and we are going to try and build in a community that is really in need of not just a library but of hope. So I'm thinking South Sudan, I'm thinking Malawi, I'm thinking, yes, they're dangerous places, but there are amazing people that are
In need of books.
and living there and sending us a message of perseverance and survival. So I want to bring their stories to life for all of you. So that's my big thing this year. In addition, we'll keep building them everywhere else as well.
Finally, what would be your message for the youth out there that are watching this video?
My message, my friends, is very simple. It's not about go to our website or do a book drive or find donations and all of that. Yeah, we would love that. That's great. But my bigger message is, what do you actually care about in your life, in your journey, and what is the legacy that you want to build? And what are you waiting for? The time to act on your dreams is not tomorrow. It's not the next week. There's never a perfect time to follow your dreams, but today is perfect enough to start. So whatever it is that you care about, connect with it and make it happen. I build libraries because I was a boy who couldn't afford a single book. What is it in your journey that you deeply care about? And connect with it and act on it today. Start thinking, start planning, and take it from a guy who couldn't afford a single book, who's now building 100 libraries, that you, my friends, have the power to do whatever change you want to drive in the planet.
So guys, whoever is watching this video, if you have a dream, act today. Having said that, thank you for watching this video. Until I see you on my next video, ciao from Diana.
See ya.